about to start school. We got some demands, and I just want to talk about what they are. As you guys know, on March 23rd, Daniel Prude arrived in Rochester and was killed that night by the police after having a mental health crisis. His family called the police for them to take him to the hospital, and they murdered him. So just to talk about some of the demands, number one, we want the police officers who murdered Daniel Prude not just to be suspended with pay, but we want them to be fired. We know historically that police officers get fired from one department and go and work in another department. So we want them to be unhireable, period, as police officers ever again. We also want them prosecuted and convicted, and we will be out here every day until our demands are met. I also want to remind us that being out here means something, that it is progress, and we are making steps forward. Another one of our demands was that Tish James, our Attorney General, would convene the grand jury now, instead of 5 months from now or 6 months from now. It's already been 6 months, and we say it's been 6 months too long. And because of your hard work, because of the people's work, because we've been out in these streets, she decided to convene the grand jury as we speak. So give yourselves a round of applause. Another one of our demands, we know that during a pandemic, on top of a pandemic, we need bold, honest, integral leadership. And we know that hasn't happened from the mayor or the police chief. We know that they conspired together to cover this up. So we're asking that the mayor resign. We're asking that the mayor resign now. We're asking that Chief Singletary resign now. And as you guys know, if you've been watching the news lately, both Singletary and the mayor said that they still have work to do, which is true, we actually agree on that, but they both said that they will not resign. So we took it on ourselves to write their own resignation letter. So let's give Stevie a round of applause as he reads it.
Mic check. Now, the mayor seems to be fighting for words or at a loss for words on how to write this resignation letter, so we decided to help her. So maybe she can take a dictation. But before I read this, I want to preface what happened yesterday. Now, a lot of people were confused about the expression of Black joy. Yesterday was the first day that we didn't get our asses beat by the police. And a lot of the media try to interpret that as us working together with the police. And what do we say to that? Fuck 12. All yesterday showed was that the mayor and the police chief have the ability to stop the violence. What yesterday showed was that it was the police that are the aggressors. What it shows is that our officials failed to protect our community and put us in danger. They felt that the proper response to umbrellas and helmets to protect us from the aggression of the police was to be met with sonic booms, to be met with tear gas, to be met with pepper bullets, to be met with K9. In what world does that make sense? Black joy is what we needed yesterday. That in itself is an act of resistance. But I need the media to know that that does not mean that we're done and we're gonna be out here. So again, lovely, since you need help writing your your resignation letter, take this dictation real quick. Dear constituents, I hereby officially tender my resignation as mayor of Rochester, effective immediately. I accept full responsibility for my complicity in the murder of Daniel Prude and the brutalization of countless black and brown people in the Rochester community. I recognize my failure to put the needs of Rochester community before the unchecked powers of police and the profits of luxury developers. I regret having surrounded myself with Republican operatives such as Deputy Mayor James Smith and Communications Director Justin Raj. We have much work to do in this city, and I have proven myself incapable of delivering the moral leadership we need in time. I apologize to the people of Rochester, to the family of Daniel Prude, and to all others I let down. Sincerely, Lovely Ann Warren. And this is the only letter we will accept from you because we no longer recognize your leadership.
And that's what I'm here to say. So I just want to talk really quickly about what happened yesterday during our march, and I want to talk about the narrative that the police, the president, the unions, and the media is putting out there. So yesterday we know that our elders came on their own, organized by themselves, to come and put themselves on the line for us. And most of you may not know this because the crowd be so big, but yesterday was not the first time our elders came and did that. They also came on Saturday and they've been here. Using their cars as getaway cars. Using their cars as drive-through restaurants. Using their bodies and putting them on the line for us. This morning we woke up to RPD tweeting and saying, thank you to the elders for making sure the protesters kept the peace yesterday. We know that's bullshit. We know that from day one, they have always been the aggressors. We know that 2,000 people on a goddamn bridge protesting, they released tear gas, rubber bullets, pepper bullets. That is the narrative. That is literally what has been happening. And yesterday, standing up there, I felt like it's like, your parents come and the grown-ups who've been acting big and bad change their tune. Yesterday, I want to say, where's all that energy? Where's all that energy y'all been having for these past 5 days?
Because they scared.
We also know that Lovely Warren, Chief Singletary, tried to co-opt this work that the elders are doing as well. We know that they had a press conference saying that they were calling for the elders to come and put themselves as a buffer in front of the police. And we know that's a goddamn shame because we elected Lovely Warren to be the buffer. We got the police chief to be the buffer. Our elders in the goddamn pandemic during COVID shouldn't have to come out and put themselves on the line to be a buffer between us and the police, between us and the people who are paid 6 figures to serve and protect us. So when you guys log onto your Instagram accounts, when you log on to Twitter, when you log on to Facebook, make sure you put out the narrative. Make sure you tell the stories that's happening. Because we know throughout history, black people have always had to tell their own stories. So make sure when you log onto your social media and you see this bullshit, make sure you're telling what you saw here. We heard the whack-ass president today also go on Twitter and say that the organizers in Portland, shout out to them for protesting for 102 days so far, straight. So we know our whack-ass president, or y'all whack-ass president, went on Twitter this morning and said the protesters in Rochester, the protesters in Brooklyn, and the protesters in Portland have been the aggressors, have been badly behaving. And we know that white supremacists take it on themselves to push that narrative forward. So I just want to encourage you guys to keep doing what we've been doing out here. We ain't gonna stop. We won't stop no matter what until every single demand is met. Until Lovely Warren is nation. And let's see if these folks are on their best behavior tonight like they was last night. But we're going to do the Asada chant and repeat after me if you know it. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. 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 We must love and support each other. We must love and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains.